It is midnight here in Cairo. I'm Ahmed Nader, and now it's time for a comprehensive look at the events taking place here in Egypt and the world with Panorama News. We will be starting straight away with the main headlines. Voters cast the ballots in the presidential election 2024 across the governorates. The National Elections Authority says the high turnout of voters was remarkable on the first day of the presidential election. And heavy fighting across Gaza as the Israeli forces press the escalation. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi ordered intensive efforts are continued to complete the mega developmental project Egypt's Future. Meeting with the Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli and the Minister of Electricity and Renewable Energy Mohammed Sheker, the President hailed the project as crucial for the state plans to expand the agricultural lands, protect the national food security and increase the exports. The meeting focused on upgrading the infrastructure of the Egyptian future, notably in regard to electricity. Polling stations in the presidential election 2024 closed at 9 p.m. after witnessing a wide participation by the voters. 65 million eligible voters started voting as of 9 a.m. Cairo local time to choose a president for a new 6-year presidential term. The details. Polling stations in the presidential election 2024 are witnessing a wide participation of voters on Sunday evening after voting resumed following a pause for an hour to allow the supervisors to have a rest. Voting began at 9 a.m. Cairo local time on the first of 3 consecutive days. 65 million eligible voters cast the ballots before 11,631 subcommittees inside 9,376 main polling centers nationwide to choose a president for a new 6-year presidential term. President al-Sisi, who is running for a fresh term, cast his vote in Heliopolis district. Also candidates Farid Zahran, head of the Egyptian Democratic Social Party, Abdessanad Yamama, head of Al-Wafd Party, and head of the People's Republican Party, Hazem Omar, cast their ballots this morning. Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli also cast his ballot in the presidential election at the new administrative capital on Sunday. After voting, Madbouli said that he felt happy to practice his electoral right. He stressed that it is a great day in the Egyptian history, reflecting the greatness of the Egyptian people. Earlier, Senate Speaker Councillor Abdel Wahab Abdel Razak also cast his vote. Grand Imam of Al-Azhar Sheikh Ahmad Al-Tayyib and Pope Tawadros of Alexandria also cast their ballots. Several ministers, including Minister of Supply and Interior Trade Ali Al-Musalhi and the Minister of Endowments Muhammad Mukhtar Goma, cast their votes in the election. Also, Mufti of the Republic Shawqi Allam cast his ballot in the election and reiterated that participating in the election is a national duty, reflecting the awareness of the current challenges. Polling stations will close at 9 p.m. Counting of the votes will be concluded at the individual subcommittees and sent to the major polling centers on December the 13th. The National Elections Authority's executive body's head, Councillor Ahmed Binderi, said that the voting in the presidential election this afternoon was remarkably high. Addressing a press conference at 9:30 p.m. Cairo local time, Councillor Binderi said that the process has been proceeding regularly with no complaints. He explained that the observations sent to the authority over the vote referred to an extensive turnout of voters at some polling stations. The head of the National Elections Authority's executive body added that the authority accordingly sent more judges and judicial authorities personnel to speed up the vote. The National Election Authority official appreciated the Egyptian citizens' wide participation, saying it reflected the public awareness and keen interest in performing a national duty and shaping the future. Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli also cast his ballot in the presidential election at the new administrative capital. After voting, Madbouli said that he felt happy to practice his electoral right. He stressed that it is a great day in the Egyptian history, reflecting the greatness of the Egyptian people. The head of the National Media Authority, Hussein Zain, cast his ballot in the presidential election 2024. He stressed the importance and the necessity of community participation in the election, as it is a national duty. He added that the National Media Authority is following up on the election process nationwide. State Information Service Chief Diya Rashwan said that the SIS is following up on the presidential elections and its coverage at the domestic and the foreign media outlets. In a statement, Rashwan added that the media and the press reports over the elections, which his authority are monitoring, indicated that the vote across the nation is proceeding regularly. He said that all 11,631 subcommittees were open on time inside 9,376 polling centers at schools, youth sports centers and clinics nationwide. 528 international correspondents are participating in the media coverage. They are representing 115 international media channels, newspapers, news agencies, websites from 33 countries. Minister of Interior Mahmoud Tawfiq cast his ballot in the presidential